Alright, welcome to another video. In today's video I will cover everything else in Rift, featuring Barrier Street, Photon Pathway, Stillgore Chateau and Oubliette, or whatever it is pronounced. So without further ado, let's begin. Barrier Street is located in a village plaza. It looks like the auction house in Real Hub and costs 10 minutes to enter. Barrier Street works like the Shen auction in the way that there are several items that all players can bid on, and several amount of people will win it once it's over. First of the item is Dead Cat Food, which can be put on your Montezuma pet for it to give plus 30 rift time and 5 mana regen. And additionally, it can be transferred to real world, where it will turn from Dead Cat Food to Tasty Cat Food, which has no use apart from being used on Siamese lynxes, which will turn it into pre-digested fish. Pre-digested fish has two uses, one of which is 4-eyed fish, which is a pet item that can be put on Griffin Pet, which is completely useless. And the second item you can craft is Future Calories Talisman, which will give you +1 fishing wisdom, which is again Rift transferable, so you can put it back in Rift, which will make it give 21 Rift time. So in total you need this item 4 times, and seeing the price of this item it's actually ridiculous. Second item is the most useful of all of these, which is the Punch Card Artifact. It's an accessory that can be used only in Rift. It gives you 30 Rift time on its own, and if you meet another person, you can punch them and recover 25 seconds of Rift time, which I can demonstrate on this tool. Third item is the Rift Prism, which is a rare accessory that can be transferred outside, and allegedly, while you in your accessory bag, you may join the Rift at no cost. Unfortunately, that does not work, because you actually have to talk to NPC Erihan, who will consume the item, give you permanent magical power, and the effect that it's supposed to give you. It's the most expensive of all items, and it can be sold on auction house, and it usually goes around for 1 billion coins. Last item is the Flex Helmet, which costs modes to wear or coins to wear when transferred outside, and it shows how many seconds you can wear it for. You can change the skin of the item from different animals. All of them wear crown, but the obvious one is not there for some reason. There's also Placeable Fairy Soul, which is currently not sold. I think Flex Helmet and Placeable Fairy Soul switch around. Placeable Fairy Soul can be placed on your island and will function like a normal Fairy Soul, but you can only collect one, because otherwise you would just be able to buy several of them and get infinite Skyblock XP, which is not exactly fair. Barrier Street is also the only way to access Photon Pathway, which features NPC PANZER, who will tell you that you can either do this parkour yourself and suffer in the process, because these lasers deal knockback similarly to the ones spawned by Supreme Leech, or you can pay 150,000 modes to skip it, which will also make you suffer, because getting modes before getting to Stillgore Chateau is actually painful. But once you finish it once, you can just skip to get on to this island, which features NPC Deer, who will tell you that if you want to get to that island, you will need a flying boat, which is obtained through the NPC Reed in Lagoon Hut, which is the reason you did the quest for. Once you give him all 5 components, you have to pay 25,000 modes to get the Rift Boat item, which you can then give to Deer, who will then transport you to Stillgore Chateau. But there's one more reason to be on this island, which is the last Montezuma Soul, which is located right here. Now, I definitely didn't forget what keybind I'm using to start recording videos. What you're talking about, this is completely normal. So yeah, once you're at Stillgore Chateau, you can fight off the prince, who will allow you to immediately transport here, which is certainly recommended. However, once you get transported here in the first time, you're not going to be transferred here. However, you're going to be transferred to this island next to Maddox the Slayer, who will send you on a quest to kill vampires until you have Vampiric Melon, which can be used to craft Healing Melon, which is the first source of healing you will unlock. Healing is very important because vampires, unlike other mobs, actually take rift damage as well as your hearts. Splatters, as you can see, will remove 8 of your hearts and place them on ground for you to pick up. Trolls and Fledging, however, will just take half a heart of your... well, they will just take half heart per hit, which you then have to recover using the Healing Melon ability. Another feature that can be found on this island are blood effigies, which are these 6 bedrock blocks, which I will show you so shortly, that you have to right click before the cooldown runs out, or if it's already run out, you have to break the 3 redstone blocks above it in order from top to below, and it will avert all players within Stillgore Chateau, plus 2 damage per effigy, which means up to 6. Another thing that can be found is Mode Scrubber, which again, do not sell anything to him until you are maxed, because one of the Riftstalker Bloodfiend drops gives you extra modes from this NPC, which is very useful since some of the items you can obtain here actually sell for 30,000 modes. There are 6 effigies, each of them has a number associated them that you can see here in a scoreboard, or if you have a mod it will just number them like so, and it will also track when they were picked up. That was number 1, this is number 2, number 3 is over there in the tower, however it is recommended to just take the 6th one over here before going for that, because there's no real way to access this part. 4th effigy is located here on this platform, and 5th one is behind this wall, which you can either walk around or get it once you die and are sent to Oubliette. Or you can just teleport across it, just like so. Something you should all do whenever you enter the Stillgore Chateau is to get all the effigies to refresh them, because it benefits not just you, but literally every player in here. You might be wondering what happens if you run out of hearts, which I'll gladly show. You'll be sent to jail, because dying is downtime, and that is legal. In Oubliette you can find NPC Julian, who will tell you about Oro and how he found his blessing of time somewhere in Rift, or specifically in Stillgore Chateau, and you have many zombies over here that you have to kill before you are freed. Well, practically everyone in there, you don't have to do anything. Anyways, those are the basics of Stillgore Chateau, and however, before you get to Slayer, you should A, craft the healing melon, unlike one individual who I just found here, and as well as get all the Enigma souls, because they're all worthwhile. I very much hope that I have actually managed to record them, because if I didn't, I'm gonna suffer getting that one. One of the Enigma souls can be obtained by, you know, doing this thing. Great. Another first can be obtained by following this thing, which had a name that I've forgotten. It should be simple enough to follow. Never mind. Alright, I don't think there's a way to get up here without teleporting, so yeah. This guy's seriously annoying me. I suspect you have to jump and teleport because there's no way from below to get here. Alright. Next, please. Sound is not working in Minecraft, but it's fine. He's okay. You done? I repeat. You done? It's not done. Okay. Alright, I'm here. Ah, finally. Another Enigma soul. Another Enigma soul I've noticed is probably obtained by following this dandelion trail. Don't kill me. I'm sorry. Okay. You overestimate me. Huh. Well, this is unreal. Okay. This is very scary. Wait, huh? Is it attempt number 6 or something? Okay. I'm doing parkour. Ugh. This feels like a troll. I'm almost positive that after I finish this there will just not be an Enigma soul. thing. Okay, another Enigma soul was located somewhere around here. Okay, I was on the other side of the island. It's right here at these coordinates. There's a thing just standing there menacingly. That feels like a reference to someone. Another Enigma soul can be obtained by trading with this particular philosopher, and they also hint that you have to knock this fairy down. Not sure how. Right, so this gives you fair soul in, and last Enigma soul is obtained in midair here. I'm gonna place wire on this block and another one here. Okay, here, here, here. Voila! Wrong stick. And up next I will show you how to kill every single tier of Riftstalker Bloodfiend, because I actually killed some tier 5s, so I'm able to show you that. Starting off with tier 1, which is going to be rather easy with my setup, so I will just nerf myself for no reason. Riftstalker has 4 abilities-ish, first of which is Spectral, which will just teleport behind you, and that's exactly nothing. Second is Mania, which will spawn this circle, and you have to stay on the green parts, otherwise you will take some damage, but not a lot. Another ability is that you take some half a heart of damage every second, which adds up, and is the reason you need the melon to actually fight this. Apart from that, it's very easy and can be done with a fist, just like I showed. It drops common seals, which can be used to craft several items. I personally recommend starting with Anti-Bite Scarf, which is crafted like so, requiring 32 common seals and your helmet. Another item you can craft is the Silver Lace Karambit, which gives you extra free damage against vampires, more mana regen on hit as well as health regen on hit, and extra speed when held, requiring 12 silver fangs, which must be transferred from outside, and 12 common seals, which is pretty cheap recipe for a huge upgrade. However, all these items require first tier of the Slayer, which will require 2 tier 1 kills. Another item you unlock is Holy Ice, which is an item that you absolutely need if you wish to continue doing the Slayer, because from 2 forward they will have an attack called Twin Claws, which is pretty hard to dodge and does quite large damage. Right, guess who forgot to record themselves fighting tier 2 Riftstalker Bloodfiend? Me! Alright, time to do tier 2 Inferno. Well, time to do tier 2 Riftstalker Bloodfiend. I will again kill it with a fist to compensate for my better gear. And still not use Stake because you don't have to unlock that. As you can see, it introduces Twin Claws, which sends 2 blocks stacked on top of each other, dealing 3 hearts of damage to if they hit you. If you are far away, for example during Mania, you can dodge them, but otherwise not really. So, yeah. But it doesn't use Twin Claws during Mania on this tier, it will however later on. It also introduces Gargoyles, which when spawned each reduce your HP by 1 heart, but you will get it back once you kill them. And Stone Wrath, which are these blocks, and then Launch Down, which does, if I remember correctly, 5 hearts of damage. As you can see, pretty simple so far. And I got a rare drop. I have wrong magic find because I'm not exactly smart. At this point you probably can unlock Vampire Slayer level 2, which unlocks Stake, which is an ability that is able to instantly kill a vampire once it's below 20% health, which includes the Slayer, which makes it very useful. Up next, Juicy Healing Melon, which is a very cheap upgrade to Healing Lemon, which makes it have same mana cost but extra healing, so there's no reason to get that. And Maddox's Bed Phone, which requires Maddox's Bed Phone transfer from real world and will allow you to instantly call up Maddox. And once again, tier 3, this time I can use Stake, but I'll still use Hand, because I can. So it starts normally with just Spectral Blaze, which is getting repetitive. Twin Claws now deal 5 damage instead of 3. Spectrals seem to happen more often, but I'm not sure about that. And Mania now includes Impel, which requires you to follow a certain command similar to what you have to do in Tiny Dancer. These commands happen pretty... There's a delay between those commands, so it's not exactly a problem. I recommend doing them, because otherwise you will take damage, which is pretty negligible on the first few tiers, but it's better to get used to them, because it will get more interesting on tier 5. Once again, Bloodgoyle, same as before, still almost dead. And Stone Rough Face, which according to something I read is meant to kill the Bloodgoyles, but it never happened to me, so that's unfortunate. Resurrect spawns Bloodgoyles, another Twin Claw, and second Mania phase. Simple enough. The last Mania attack will not actually deal damage to you, which means it's safe to ignore. Oh, another attack when it's low is Killer Spring, which you have to destroy within the time range, or you will be instantly killed, which is slightly complicated by Stone Wrath, but otherwise it's pretty simple. And you don't actually have to destroy it. If you focus punching the vampire, you can kill it simply. And then, third tier of the Slayer will unlock Vampiric Timecharm, crafted from 3 wilted tree branches and 12. Create the Vampiric? One of the two. Timecharm. Brilliant, where do I put it? Here seems fine. And finally, Blood Badges. Blood Badges is another unlocked item requiring 1 stack of Covenant Seals, 2 Backday Fragments, 2 Leech Supreme Fragments, and 2 Crux Motions. Crux Motion is crafted from every single Crux, which is probably the most annoying part of the Vampire Slayer, because doing Backday so much and going back to guild all the Cruxes is uncomfortable. Another thing is our Leggings of Coven, crafted from Femur Grove bands, as well as Legends of the Pack, which you have to transfer. And you also need 24 Living Metal Hearts and 1 Blood Badge, but in return you will no longer lose speed while wearing this armor. You will get 1 heart, extra health regen, 15 rift time, and ability which will allow you to change color of these pants to whatever you like. However, pretty much everyone uses black, so get black as well. It will give all of you extra rifted damage. Last item is the perma-chilled garlic flavored reheated gummy polar bear, which gives you extra combat XP from mob kills inside Rift. It doesn't give you any Rift time, it cannot be transferred outside, and 16 Backday Fragments is pretty annoying. However, if you plan to doing this later a lot like me, it's worth getting. And soon enough tier 4 will begin. I will use my full setup because that's what I usually do anyway. It has the same abilities as the previous tier with few differences to them. For example, Impel only lasts 2 seconds instead of 2.5 seconds, and Twin Claws can happen during Mania phase. I'm pretty positive those are the only differences. And Twin Claws seem to happen more often Both Mania and Twin Claws do more damage, not sure if I mentioned that, but there's nothing else I can talk about, because this is the same thing. It really is. I also started using Weirder Tuba on this boss fight, because it's unlocked after tier 4 Vampire Slayer, which you can get before fighting this. I actually reread the details about Stone Wrath on Wikipedia to check if I'm correct, and after dying, blood whales apparently spawn something. Not sure what it was called, but during Resurrect from that something they respawn, but it can be destroyed with Stone Wrath. I don't see anything spawned, so it might be either bugged or just hidden with one of my moths or something. Either way, it doesn't really make a difference. I like that bit there, otherwise I could have been able to stake it before the Stone Wrath, but that's fine. I don't need to do that for sure, and done. I will now do tier 5, which is going to be certainly interesting. Silver Twist Karambit, the best weapon currently in the Rift, giving you extra Rift damage, extra speed, extra damage against vampires, and extra mana regained on hit. Just choose Healing Lemon, requiring 2 blood badges will heal you extra 3 hearts. Not very useful until you get a lot of hearts, but it's fine. Up next, upgrade to Anti-Bite Scarf, giving extra rarity, ability to change color, which doesn't do anything, and you take less hearts of damage. And lastly, Virtue Tuba, crafted from Blood Badge, Weird Tuba, 16 living metal hearts, and it will give you a lot of speed and a lot of damage to you and nearby players for a great duration. Outside of the Rift, it will give you attack speed and some other stats. It might be strength, critical damage, and attack speed. It's pretty nice to have, however it takes a hotbar slot. Last level, talk about tier 5, because before fighting T5 I also maxed all the things, which will give you Liveless Sepulture Chestplate, which is an insane upgrade, giving 20 time, 25 intelligence, 15 mana regen, and 1 heart. However, it requires a stack of living metal hearts, which was no fun. Last item is an accessory giving 30 rift time, 1 heart, and extra healing from Melon, which requires an origin drop that is unlocked after reaching level 5 that drops from tier 4 and tier 5, crafted from 8 blood badges. Outside of the Rift, it gives you health regen and vitality, and also triggers health regen whenever hitting an enemy, which is insanely OP for melee users. So yeah, I'll just try to do a tier 5, which is going to be fun. And lastly T5, which I will do in the basement because it's mostly empty, with one notable exception, but that doesn't really matter. It might require a few attempts because this thing is painful. First thing you might notice is that it does more damage. Instead of 1 heart per second, it does 1.5 per second. Additionally, it spawns a Blood Ichor, which increases the damage by another half a heart, and must be destroyed using Twin Claws within 25 seconds, or you die. Another thing is that impels happen at all time, more often, and deal 20 hearts of damage. If you miss Mania, it is going to do another 20. It's going to do 15 hearts of damage. Or 5 apparently, but Wiki says 15. So yeah, I'll do that again. I'm probably going to comment it because that's going to very much mess up with me. I think that's all the changes that happened, so next time I'm going to do it, I'm not actually going to comment it, but I'm going to show that I can do it on video. Okay, spawning here again, attempt number 6-ish. And last time I was here I died to God knows what. destroy that. Brilliant. I'm getting rather annoyed already. Great! That's exactly how I wanted it to be. I know what I'm doing. You should play with sounds. Like, not play with, as in manipulate them, but have them on. Here. There, okay. That's something I can work with. Someone getting my spring, which is nice, but I will not. But I will still count it as solo kill because I already did a few of those. And spring isn't the hardest part. Where's my mana? That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. I'm alive. I'd like it to stay that way. Temporarily. Okay, a lot of people are hurting me, but I think it still counts because hardest part is no doubt Impulse. So yeah, that was it. Tier 5. I will now finish this Rift visit and go edit this. I should also mention there are two profitable drops from this layer. First is Unfound Vampire Bite, costing about 70 million coins on auction house, and the second being Enchanted Book Bundle for the one ultimate enchantment costing over 100 million coins. And while Unfound Vampire Bite drops from both tier 4 and tier 5 and is in fact more common on tier 4, the one only drops from T5, which makes it very expensive. Tier 4 has another drop, which is the aforementioned Mega Grabber Burger, which you need 5 of to get the max rewards, including 25 Skyblock XP. After that, you can sell it to Modes Grabber for 30,000 coins, or with the bonus for 35,000 coins. I didn't get it. I managed to get all 5 within 100 kills, and didn't get a single one since then, which is unfortunate, but I got it very fast, so I shouldn't complain. Last thing I should mention is some basic etiquette in Stillgore Chateau, because some people just don't understand basic things. As I mentioned, when you enter, you should pick up all effigies. It helps everyone, not just you. Secondly, do not steal kills of someone else. You can get one hit, which will give you all the loot, meaning Hemopipe Collection and Vampiric Melon, which, if you have all Mega Grabber Burgers, is worth 164 motes, which is less than the mobs give on kill, but it's still a lot for just one hit. But if you still kill, the person who worked mostly on it will get no combat XP, which is slowing them down, so it will be better for everyone if no one steals kills to anyone. And the last thing you can do in Hideous Island, apart from just, doing Slayer, is to grind modes, which will be just running around without a Slayer quest, because Slayer quests cost modes, and while they are still profit when it comes to modes, they slow down any sort of grinding. So if you wish to grind for Rift Prism, a guy I know made 18 mil an hour, based on the data he given me, so you can do that. It will be just running around, killing vampires, not stealing kills, and so yeah. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video, which is going to come out next week-ish.